For years, ChatGPT was this incredible engine of ideas. It could talk, it could write brilliant stuff, but it was, well, essentially a brilliant mind trapped in a box.
Exactly. All that potential, all that knowledge, but like zero way to actually act in the real world. That isolation, that wall between, conversation and actually doing something, it's completely over now.
Right. Imagine just telling your AI, hey, schedule a Zoom for this afternoon, make a Google Drive folder for the notes, and update my project sheet. All with one sentence, just talking.
That's the shift. That's the huge unlock we're diving into today.
Welcome to the deep dive. We are exploring a real game changer, ChatGPT's kind of hidden developer mode.
Yep. And this mode, it turns the chatbot, into like a central command hub. It can control literally thousands of your apps.
So today we're going to unpack how this works. What's the core tech behind it? Something called MCP. And crucially, we're laying out the 3 main paths you can take right now. Using Zapier, connecting directly with custom servers, or building with NEN. Basically, how you can build your own digital workforce.
Our mission today is simple. Show you exactly how to unleash this power. Maybe you're prepping for work, maybe you're just super curious. You need to know this stuff. And the best part.
No coding. 0 coding required. Let's get into it.
Let's do it. Yeah. Okay, so first up, this whole idea of the unlock, developer mode. It sounds technical, maybe a bit intimidating.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just for engineers, but really, think of it as just a hidden door. It's the thing that connects ChatGPT's language brain to the actual digital tools out there.
And that door is managed by MCP, Model Context Protocol.
That's it, MCP. The simplest way to think about it is it's a framework. It lets ChatGPT install specific digital tools, like giving the AI a custom set of hands for different jobs.
Okay, so instead of asking it to write me a meeting agenda.
Now you ask it to schedule the actual meeting.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Huge difference. So what are the new capabilities, really?
There are 4 key things that just fundamentally change the game. First, instant action execution. You say, create a Zoom link, boom, it talks to Zoom and does it right then. And that leads directly into the second one, which feels like the most powerful part. Chaining workflows.
Oh, yeah. This is huge. It handles tasks with multiple steps, like create a Drive folder, okay, then grab the link from that folder, then use that link in the calendar invite for the meeting it just scheduled. It connects the dots automatically.
The real-time part is kind of mind-blowing, too.
That's number 3, access to real-time data. It's not working off old info. It can check your calendar right now or find data in a specific spreadsheet cell live.
Wow.
And fourth, you control all this complex stuff across all these different apps just using plain English. It really becomes one central place to manage things.
So it's like giving ChatGPT a universal remote for your whole digital life.
Exactly. Perfect analogy.
So thinking bigger picture then.
Yeah.
What's the single biggest advantage of using just plain English for these, potentially really complex tasks?
If you can describe what you want done step by step, ChatGPT can now build and run that automation for you.
All right, let's talk about actually doing this. Path number 1, the fast track. Zapier MCP. This is like the express lane. Why? Because it instantly connects you to Zapier's huge library over 1,000 standard apps.
Okay, this is the practical part, the blueprint. Let's walk through the steps. First thing, you need a paid plan, right? Plus or higher.
That's the entry ticket, yep. Once you're logged in, you got to dive into advanced settings inside ChatGPT. Scroll down a bit, find developer mode, beta, and flick that switch on.
And there's a visual cue, something to look for.
Essential cue. You'll see this orange halo light up around your chat window. That halo means developer mode is active. The door's open.
Orange halo, got it. So once that's on, you pop over to Zapier.
Exactly. In Zapier, you create what they call an MCP server hub. Think of it as the central brain linking Zapier's app library specifically to your ChatGPT.
And here's where a bit of strategy comes in handy. When you start adding tools for the AI, start small. Pick like 3 to 5 main ones you use all the time. Zoom, Google Drive, maybe Slack, your main CRM, something like that.
Right.
Pro tip here, don't just add everything Zapier offers at once. Resist that urge.
Why not? If the AI is smart, wouldn't more tools be better?
Well, it can actually lead to confusion. It's something we call prompt drift.
Prompt drift.
Yeah, if you give it like 50 tools, sometimes the AI kind of loses track of the main goal, or It picks the wrong tool because there are just too many options. It works much better if you give it, say, 5 really clear, well-defined tools to start with.
Okay, that makes sense. Honestly, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes when I'm trying to chain more than like 3 tools together. Getting that sequence just right takes a bit of practice.
It's totally normal. Precision takes tuning. So you've picked your core tools in Zapier. It gives you a unique MCP URL. You copy that. Then you paste that URL directly into ChatGPT. There's a Connect More section under Developable Mode. Paste it there, click Trust Application, and that's it. You're connected.
So simple test is like create a Zoom meeting for next Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Yep. But the real magic is seeing that tool chaining. Give it something meaty.
Like what?
Try this. Create a new folder in Drive called New Hire Onboarding Docs. Then schedule a 15-minute intro Zoom call for tomorrow at 10 a.m. using that folder link in the invite, and also find the main HR policy doc in our Airtable base.
Wow. Okay, so that's one command hitting Drive, Calendar Zoom, and Airtable, and passing info between them.
Exactly. That's the power. Orchestration from just talking.
Okay. So if I'm setting this up strategically, what's the key tactical benefit again of just starting with those 3 to 5 tools?
Starting small helps avoid that prompt drift, making sure the AI follows clear, precise instructions.
So Zapier is the express lane for, lots of common apps, great starting point. But sometimes you need a more direct line, maybe for a specialized tool.
Exactly. That brings us to method 2. Using custom MCP servers.
Custom servers. Okay.
Think of it like bypassing the general connector Zapier and going straight to a specialist. Some tools, like maybe fireflies.ai for meeting notes, or some specific enterprise software, they might offer their own dedicated MCP server.
What's the real advantage there? Is it just for niche apps, or is there more to it?
It's really about performance and depth of features. A direct line usually means better reliability, and Zapier sometimes simplifies an app's functions, right? A dedicated MCP often gives you access to all the features, every little detail of that tool.
Ah, okay. Full power.
Plus, security can be tighter with a direct OAuth flow.
Right, OAuth. You mentioned that. For someone maybe not deep in APIs, what's the simple take on OAuth?
Yeah, good question. OAuth is basically just a secure digital handshake. It's how, say, Zoom confirms that you gave ChatGPT permission to do stuff in your Zoom account, but without you ever giving ChatGPT your actual Zoom password. Keeps things secure.
Got it. Secure handshake. But even with these direct lines, things can break, right? Stuff goes sideways. Debugging is going to be necessary.
Oh, absolutely. Prepare for troubleshooting.
So what's the first thing you check if an automation just stops working?
Almost always start with authentication glitches. Those OAuth tokens, they expire maybe every 60 days, 90 days. If the tool shows as connected but just isn't responding, that token is likely your culprit.
And the fix.
Sometimes there's a refresh button in the ChatGPT connector settings. Try that first. If not, yeah, you might have to disconnect the service entirely and then reconnect it to get a fresh token.
Okay. What else?
Permission headaches. Super common. You connected your account, sure, but does that specific user account actually have the permission to, say, delete a file or create a folder in that shared drive? Got to check the privileges.
Right. The user needs the right rights. Makes sense.
And the last big one, the one that drives IT folks crazy everywhere, API limits.
Ah, the caps.
Exactly. The external service itself, Google, Zoom, Salesforce, whatever they limit how many requests you can make in a certain time. If your awesome automation suddenly slows way down or just stops after running a lot, it's probably not ChatGPT. It's the other service saying, whoa, slow down, too many requests.
Okay, so if I'm running a bunch of these automations, maybe a hybrid system, and things get sluggish, what's that key indicator I might be hitting those external caps?
That slowdown or a sudden stop after heavy use strongly suggests the external service provider is throttling you due to API limits. Okay, method 3. This is for the builder, the tinkerer, the person who wants ultimate control and flexibility to design really intricate custom automations with specific logic. This is using NAN. Think of NAN as your personal custom automation workshop.
Right. NAN lets you visually build workflows, drag and drop nodes. So how do you connect that kind of custom-built thing to ChatGPT?
It's a slightly different setup. You need an active NA10 instance, obviously. And when you build your workflow, you start it with a special node called an MCP trigger. That node is like the designated front door for ChatGPT's commands.
Okay, an MCP trigger node.
Yep. And every time you activate that workflow for use, NA10 generates a unique production URL.
And that URL, that's what you plug into ChatGPT's developer mode.
Exactly. You paste that production URL into the Connect More section. Now, here's a detail that sometimes raises eyebrows. In the ChatGPT settings for that connection, you often set authentication to no authentication.
Whoa, wait, no authentication? That sounds risky. Is that secure?
It sounds scary, but it's actually fine in this context because Any10 itself is handling the security inside the workflow. You're not opening it to the whole world. You're just telling ChatGPT, trust commands sent to this very specific, unique URL that I control. The Any10 workflow manages who can trigger it and what data comes through.
Okay, the security logic is inside A. That makes sense. And this lets you build much more complex stuff than maybe Zapier could handle easily.
Oh, absolutely. Take that calendar commander example people talk about. It's not just blindly adding an event to your calendar.
What does it do?
The Any10 workflow has logic built in. It first checks your calendar. If there's a conflict, it doesn't just fail. It can maybe send you a Slack message saying, hey, conflict found, here are some alternative times, and then it waits for you to confirm before actually booking it. It's smarter.
That's cool. Prevents double booking automatically.
Exactly. Or think about the project kickoff automation. Manually, that's like, what, 30 minutes? Create the Drive folder, make the Slack channel, invite the right people, schedule the kickoff Zoom, add initial tasks to your project manager.
Yeah, easily 30 minutes clicking around.
With NAN and MCP, that becomes a single command. Kickoff Project Phoenix. 10 seconds later, it's all done.
Whoa. Okay, pause there. Imagine scaling that. Scaling these kinds of custom innate end workflows. Maybe managing, I don't know, 1 billion internal data queries a day, or handling huge enterprise processes. The sheer scale of the digital workforce you could build, it's kind of mind-boggling.
Right. That's the potential here. Total custom automation at scale. Now, for people pushing this, speed matters. You mentioned nodes. Let's talk webhook nodes versus standard triggers in NAN. Why is a webhook faster?
How does that work?
Okay, so a standard trigger often polls. That means it checks maybe every minute, anything new, anything new. A webhook, though, is different. It's like a direct signal. The instant the command comes from ChatGPT, NAN gets an immediate push notification. No waiting for the next check.
Ah, so it's instant push versus periodic pull.
Exactly. For the absolute fastest, near-instant response times from your NNN workflow, you definitely want to use a webhook node as your trigger.
So for top speed in NNN, what's the best kind of node to use for that near-instant response?
For maximum speed, you absolutely use a webhook node. It provides that direct, instant push notification.
Okay, let's pull back a bit. Strategic view. You've potentially set up Zapier for some things, maybe a custom server for a key app, and build some complex stuff in NAN. How do you manage this mix, this hybrid ecosystem, effectively? Avoid just digital chaos.
Yeah, that's key. The smart way is to play to each one's strengths. Keep Zapier for the bronze stuff, the general standard apps. It's your amazing Swiss Army knife for quick, easy connections.
Right, the go-to for common tools.
Then use those individual custom MCPs for your really specialized tools or for apps where you need absolute peak performance and reliability, maybe high-volume ones.
Okay, and ANI fits in where?
ANIN is reserved for your truly bespoke workflows. The ones that need complex logic, branching decisions, custom error handling, things the other methods just aren't built for. You become the architect, choosing the right tool for each specific job.
Makes sense. Let's ground this in reality. What are some immediate practical ways people are using this today? Give us that AI support pipeline example.
Oh yeah, this one shows ROI fast. You link, say, Gmail, Airtable, Slack, and Zoom. ChatGPT watches a support email inbox.
Okay.
It automatically logs each request into Airtable, maybe even categorizes it based on keywords. If it's urgent, it pings the right team channel in Slack. And if it's a really complex issue, it can even automatically schedule a Zoom call between the support agent and the customer. All hands-free. Takes a huge load off the support team.
Wow, that's a full process automated. And on the personal side, that morning routine manager sounds useful.
Super practical. Instead of opening like 5 apps first thing, you just say, maybe, hey, check my calendar for today, make a quick summary of my meetings, email it to me, and make sure there are Zoom links for all my calls this afternoon.
Done. Your day's basically prepped while your coffee's brewing.
Pretty much. It's about efficiency.
Which really highlights this shift.
Yeah.
I've said it before, but it bears repeating. You don't need to be a coder to leverage this. The skills needed are different now, right? More strategic.
Exactly. It's less about writing Python and more about mastering, I'd say, 4 key areas.
What are they?
First, workflow design. Just learning to see a clunky 20-step manual process and break it down into logical automated blocks. Second, understanding API basics. Not the deep code, but just how tools talk to each other, what's possible.
Okay, workflow thinking, API concepts.
Third, digital security. As you connect powerful apps, you got to understand OAuth, protect your data, be mindful of permissions. And fourth, just becoming an efficiency expert. Constantly looking for those repetitive, time-wasting tasks that are just begging to be automated.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So if I'm using this heavily for my business, managing those processes, what's the absolute key thing I need to prioritize from an enterprise perspective, beyond just making it work?
For enterprise scale, robust security is absolutely critical. Strong authentication methods, detailed audit logs to see what the AI did, and actively monitoring those API rate limits we talked about.
Yeah.
So we kick things off talking about ChatGPT kind of stuck in its box, right? Just talking. Now, developer mode using MCP, it has completely smashed that wall. It gives the AI working hands to interact with your entire digital world.
Yeah. The big idea here is really simple, isn't it? You are the architect now. You can connect thousands of different tools and then command them, orchestrate them using just natural language, building really powerful workflows without writing traditional code.
The future of productivity, it really belongs to the people who learn how to command their tools effectively like this. The blueprint's out there now. You can start building...
You listening have the knowledge now. You can start building your own hybrid digital workforce starting today.
So stop waiting for this future of AI-powered productivity to just, happen to you. Ask yourself, what complex, annoying 30-minute manual task are you going to turn into a quick 10-second conversation today?